I let my wife plan her own mother's birthday for the first time in 9 years. I've thrown my mother-in-law Diane's birthday every single year since Carol and I got married. 9 years. Booked the venue, made the calls, handled her list of complaints before she even made them. I never asked to be in charge of it. It just sort of landed on me the first year when Carol was buried in work, and after that it stuck. This past spring, Carol started making comments. We'd be at dinner and she'd say something like, "You know my mom talks about your parties more than she talks about me, right?" I'd laugh it off. Then it kept coming. "It's kind of your thing now. You've made it your thing." One night she said it flat out. "Honestly, I feel like you took my own mother's birthday from me." I didn't fight it. I just said, "Okay, it's yours this year. Plan whatever you want." Her whole face lit up. She said, "Really? You're not gonna hover?" I said, "No, I meant it." I stepped all the way back. Here's what I never told Carol, because she never had to know it. Diane is impossible. She won't say what she wants. She just quietly hates whatever you didn't do. Over 9 years, I'd learned the whole map. She won't sit near a door. She thinks surprise parties are ambush parties. She won't eat anything with cream in it, but she'll never tell you that. She'll just push the plate away and go quiet. She wants a specific bakery 40 minutes out, and she'll notice instantly if it's not that one. Carol knew none of it, and I didn't offer. I figured she'd ask. She didn't ask. She booked a place downtown, this trendy little restaurant with a fixed menu. Surprise format, everybody hiding, lights off. She was so proud of it. I said, "You sure about the surprise thing?" She said, "Everybody loves a surprise, don't be weird about it." So I dropped it. 2 weeks before, Diane called me. Not Carol. Me. She goes, "So what's the plan this year? You can just tell me." I said, "You'd have to ask Carol. She's running it." Long pause. "Carol's running it." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, interesting," and hung up. She called me 3 more times over those 2 weeks. "Fishing. Is it going to be at Rinaldi's like usual?" I said, "I honestly didn't know." "You don't know?" "No, Diane, but you always know." I told her it wasn't mine this year. Each time she got a little cooler. The last call she said, "Can't you just help her? You know how I like things." And I'll be honest, that's the moment it clicked for me. She didn't want Carol. She wanted me. This whole time, Carol thought I was hogging her mother's birthday, and her mother was the one who wanted it that way. I said, "Diane, it's Carol's. She's got it handled." Which wasn't true, but it wasn't my job anymore to make it true. The night of everybody's crouched in the dark restaurant. Diane walks in, lights come up, everyone yells surprise, and she just kind of flinches and puts her hand to her chest and says, "Oh, an ambush." Carol's smile cracked a little, but she pushed through it. Dinner comes out, fixed menu, some kind of creamy risotto. Diane pushed it maybe 2 inches away and folded her hands. Didn't eat. Cake comes out, and it's from a grocery store because Carol didn't know about the bakery. Diane looked at it and said, out loud, in front of the whole table, "This isn't from Marchetti's." Carol said, "The what?" And Diane said it, right there. "Every year Mark handles this, and it's perfect. 9 years, perfect. I don't understand why you'd take it over if you didn't know how to do it." The table went dead quiet. Carol looked at her mother, then looked at me, and I watched the whole thing land on her at once. Everything I never said, that it was never me elbowing her out. It was Diane, wanting me every single year. I didn't say a word. I just sat there and let it be quiet. Carol wanted this to be hers, so I let it stay hers. On the drive home, she didn't talk for 20 minutes. Then, real small, she said, "You could have warned me." I said, "You told me not to hover." Carol asked me to take it back next year. I told her I'd think about it.